Good evening and welcome to the Mesa City Council meeting for October the 5th. At this council meeting, we will be taking comments both over the telephone and the internet. You can find multiple ways to participate on the first page of our council agenda. Additionally, if you'd like to speak, you should submit a blue card 1 hour before the meeting. Again, you can find all of that information on the first page of the agenda and at mesaaz.gov/bluecard. We will begin our meeting this evening with an invocation offered by Reverend Robert Sayek with the Episcopal Church of the Transfiguration, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand for the invocation and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pastor.
Good evening. Gracious Lord, we give you thanks for the many blessings you have bestowed on the city of Mesa. We thank you for the work of all those who are involved in the governing of this city and providing for our welfare, health, and security. We lift up to you all of those who have contracted COVID-19 and their families. We ask you to help us find ways to keep people safe from the virus, help us to deal with those who are struggling financially during this time, and to find ways to keep our local economy vibrant. We ask you to guide the deliberations of this council, that each person here may be filled with wisdom, charity, and justice, and that with steadfast purpose, they may faithfully serve the well-being of all peoples. We ask for this in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We will proceed with our consent agenda. That's the first item on our agenda. Mr. Kevin Christopher will read that agenda for the council.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. These are the items on the consent agenda. All items listed with an asterisk will be considered as a group by the City Council and will be enacted with one motion. There will be no separate discussion unless a council member or a citizen requests, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered as a separate item. Item 2, approval of minutes of previous meetings as written. Item 3A, act on liquor license application for Courtyard by Marriott, 6907 East Bray Road. Item 3B, act on liquor license application for Tacos Chihuas, 127 West Main Street. Item 4A, act on 3-year term contract with 2 years of renewal options for fabrication and installation of parks and facility signs for the Parks, Recreation, and Community Facilities Department. Item 4B, act on contract to purchase fiber installation for the Mesa Amphitheater as requested by the Parks, Recreation, and Community Facilities Department and Department of Innovation and Technology. Item 4C, act on 3-year term contract with 2 years of renewal options for patient gurneys for the Mesa Fire and Medical Department. The initial purchase is funded by the Ambulance Transport Fund. Item 4D, act on 3-year term contract with 2 years of renewal options for Mesa Community Court Navigators for the Community Services Department and Municipal Court. Item 4E, act on contract to purchase a DNA mixture interpretation software license and maintenance. This purchase is almost entirely grant funded by the National Institute of Justice. Item 4F, act on contract to purchase a 3D imaging and analysis system. This purchase is funded by the Public Safety Sales Tax and Crime Lab assessment funds. Item 4G, act on 1-year renewal with a 1-year renewal option of the term contract for fence, gate, and safety rail repair installation with the Transportation Department. Item 4H, act on 4-year term contract with 6 years of renewal options for inductively coupled plasma optical emission spectrometry for the Water Resources Department. Item 4I, act on contract for Alma School Road Arterial Reconstruction Project. This project is funded by the 2013 streets bonds, 2010 gas bonds, and 2014 water bonds. Item 5A, act on resolution approving and authorizing the city manager to accept Proposition 202 funds from the Gila River Indian Community and administer awarded funds as pass-through grants to the designated awardees. Item 5B, act on resolution approving and authorizing the city manager to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with Maricopa County and the City of Phoenix for the distribution of grant funds from the Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistance Grant Program. The funds will be used by the police department for case management software at the Mesa Advocacy Center and conversion of video oversight interview videos for evidence storage. Item 5C, act on resolution approving and authorizing the city manager to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with Maricopa County Department of Public Health to accept reimbursement to the Mesa Fire and Medical Department for administering influenza vaccinations to Mesa residents. This is for approximately 900 adults and 1,900 children. Item 5D, act on resolution approving and authorizing the city manager to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with Maricopa County Department of Transportation regarding acquisition of right-of-way and temporary construction easements within unincorporated Maricopa County for the construction of Signal Butte Road from Williamsfield Road to Pecos Road. Item 5E, act on resolution approving and authorizing the city manager to enter into a funding agreement with Valley Metro Rail for current light rail operations in the city of Mesa. Item 5F, act on resolution approving and authorizing the city manager to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the Regional Public Transportation Authority for fixed bus, dial ride and ride choice, ADA Platinum Pass transit services, and mutual aid in the event of an emergency. Regional funds and CARES Act funding provide most of the funding. Item 5G, act on resolution approving and authorizing the city manager to enter into the Second Amendment to the intergovernmental agreement with the cities of Mesa, Avondale, Glendale, Scottsdale, and Tempe related to joint legal representation in the Gila River adjudication. Item 6A, introduction of ordinance regarding ZON 20-00283 for property at the northeast corner of Record Road and Baseline Road, rezone and site plan review to allow multiple residence development townhomes on the property. Item 6B, introduction of ordinance regarding ZON 20-00377 for property located at the northwest corner of Brown Road and Val Vista Drive, a rezone and site plan review to allow for development of a medical and professional office building. And item 7A, act on subdivision plat, Greenfield Industrial, located at the southeast corner of the 202 Red Mountain Freeway and Greenfield Road. Mayor and council members, these are the items on the consent agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Christopher. Ms. Mickelson, are there any blue cards to speak on a consent agenda item?
There's one speaker request for 6A.
Okay, thank you. Item 6A will be removed from the consent agenda. Council, is there a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda? Motion by Mr. Luna, seconded by Mr. Thompson. We'll do a roll call vote. Vice Mayor Freeman, how do you vote?
Aye.
Thank you. Councilmember Whitaker.
Aye.
Thank you. Councilmember Heredia.
Aye.
Thank you. Councilmember Duff.
Aye.
Thank you. Councilmember Luna.
Aye.
Thank you. Councilmember Thompson.
Aye.
Thank you. And I vote aye as well, so that motion passes unanimously. Also on our agenda today is an item of, is a proclamation.
May you want to come back to the 6A?
6A.
Yes, we will. Yes, I'm sorry. We will be moving on to item 6A after we do the proclamation.
Oh, okay.
Does that work? Our item under the awards and proclamations is to proclaim October the 24th through the 31st of this 24th through the 31st of this year as a week without violence. In partnership with the Mesa Police Department and the Children's Benefit Foundation, this week is designed to create awareness, educate, and strengthen our commitment to ending violence, promoting peace, and making our community a safer place to live. Here tonight to share more about a week without violence is Mesa Police Commander Bill Peters. Commander Peters.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. Yes, I'm Commander Bill Peters with the Police Department. Currently, I'm the Superstition Division Commander, but I'm also a member of the task force for the Week Without Violence. The Week Without Violence is a community advocacy event created by the Children's Benefit Foundation and headed by Dr. Ruth Lim in 1998. I think many of you know Dr. Lim. Dr. Lim had returned from the first Gulf War and was inspired to instill a culture of peace and nonviolence in our youth. So the mission of the Week Without Violence is to promote that culture of peace and nonviolence. To do this, Dr. Lim created a task force of leaders from organizations throughout the community, including the Boys and Girls Club, the City of Mesa, Chandler ICANN, Chandler Domestic Violence Commission, Chandler UFA 80, the Chandler Baha'i Community, Dignity Health, Dobson Pediatric, Mesa Arts Academy, the Mesa Police Department, Mesa Public Schools, Mesa Sunrise Rotary, Mesa Community College, and the St. Matthew United Methodist Church. This year, as we mentioned, coinciding with the National Domestic Violence Awareness Month, the Week Without Violence is October 24th through 31st. The task force solicits peace poetry and posters from children ages 6 through 18. The Week Without Violence culminates in an awards presentation, which we normally hold at the Mesa Community College Center for the Arts. However, This year, participants will be recognized with a certificate because of the COVID restrictions. The Week Without Violence Task Force solicits proclamations, and we are grateful to Mayor Giles and the council for receiving one from you this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Commander Peters, and thank you to Dr. Lim. She is involved in our community in so many ways, so we were happy to entertain her request for this proclamation, and I'm happy to get this proclamation, one copy to the Mesa Police Department and also to Dr. Lim. So
thank you very much.
Thank you for the good work that you're doing, and we look forward to other proclamations later this month. Mr. Thompson, I see your
Mayor,
hand.
yeah, I'd just like to say for Domestic Violence Month, we've turned the mark at Elliott and Ellsworth purple. So it should be lit up purple in support of the great work that Commander Peters and the task force has been doing. So thank you.
That's great. This is Domestic Violence Month, and we will be issuing that proclamation at our next council meeting, which shares the month with Nonviolence Month. So, and as Councilmember Duff indicated earlier, there's lots of other, I think Councilmember Duff, you're wearing a ribbon today to commemorate what?
Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Thank you. So October is a month with a lot of great causes associated with it. The next item on our agenda is item 6A, which was removed from our consent agenda. Ms. Mickelson, as I understand it, we have a blue card and that individual wishes to have that message read into the record. Is that correct?
That's correct, Mayor.
Okay, please do that at this time.
Sure. The speaker is Misty Brown, and she says, we are 100% opposed to this project. Again, I ask how you intend to get a pileup of a minimum of 40 to 50 vehicles off of Wrecker Road when adding the proposed 75 townhomes, an additional 150 vehicles. It will not matter whether they are turning east or west. It is going to be a cluster and multiple collisions. How will this be handled, adding ADOT and Highway Patrol who use this street as well? We as residents really hope you put yourselves in our shoes and think how you would feel if this were your neighborhood as you cast your votes. Please try to see our point of view. These online meetings are thumbs down.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Mickelson, are there any other requests to speak on this item?
No additional requests.
Okay, so thank you, Ms. Brown, for making your opinion known on this. For those who are maybe not as familiar, this item 6A is a zoning case. The item that's on our agenda today is setting October the 19th as a public hearing on this case. So if there are others like Ms. Brown that would like to express their thoughts on this case, please put that date on your calendar and please contact the city clerk's office. And I'd refer you to the agenda at mesaaz.gov/blue card, where you can learn how to appear via Zoom or have someone read what you'd like to have said at that hearing on October the 19th. But again, the item that we're voting on today is just to set the hearing for October 19th on this zoning case. Is there a motion to do that? Thank you, Mr. Luna, and a second by Councilmember Duff. We'll do a roll call vote. Vice Mayor Freeman, how do you vote?
Aye.
Thank you. Councilmember Whitaker.
Aye.
Thank you. Councilmember Heredia.
Aye.
Thank you. Councilmember Duff.
Aye.
Thank you. Councilmember Luna.
Aye.
Thank you. Councilmember Thompson.
Aye.
Thank you. I vote aye as well, so that motion passes unanimously. The next item on our agenda is item 8, items from citizens present. Ms. Mickelson, have there been any requests to speak on this agenda item?
There's been one comment card submitted, Mayor.
Thank you. Would you read that, please?
Sure. The speaker's, give me a moment here. The speaker's name is Nathan Phelps, and his comments are, hello, my question is about the mayor's proclamation requiring face coverings in public places. When will the mandate be rescinded? A lot of people in Mesa, like me, are very concerned about Mayor Giles' abuse of his emergency powers. Due to the mandate, the mask has become a symbol of tyranny to many. I understand the need for the mayor to be able to act swiftly in the case of a sudden health emergency, but to keep the measure in effect indefinitely, I believe, is a usurpation of power, even if he is technically within his legal right due to the broad language used in the Arizona law about emergency powers. At the very least, please put it to an official vote of the city council so that instead of an arbitrary edict from Mayor Giles, it can be an official resolution or ordinance put into effect by our representatives who are elected for that purpose. The token vote that was taken months ago upon issuance of the proclamation was meaningless, as it was announced to the members beforehand that regardless of how they voted, the proclamation would remain in effect and the vote was not official. City council members, I ask you to advise Mayor Giles to rescind this mandate.
Thank you, Mr. Phelps. Unfortunately, because this item is not on our agenda, we can't comment on the issues that you raised, but thank you for submitting that. Ms. Mickelson, do we have any other requests to speak?
No additional requests, Mayor.
Thank you. That concludes our agenda for this meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn? Thank you, Mr. Thompson. Seconded by Mr. Luna. We'll do a voice vote. All in favor of adjourning this meeting, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Thank you. Are there any opposed? Thank you. We are adjourned.